Australian Coins explained for Americans. G'day mates, I'm here to tell you all about Australian coinage. In case you ever leave the safety of your own country and come over here and the outside world. So the first thing you need to know is don't go around saying g'day mates. No one says g'day mates. It's nonsense. If you say g'day mates over here, you're going to look stupid. So don't do it. There's no plural in mates. Well, unless you're going down the beach with your mates. But if you're greeting a bunch of your mates, you don't go saying g'day mates. There's no g'day mates. You say g'day mate. How you doing mate? Mate, if there's more than 3 mates, just kind of lift your chin and kind of like point it at them. You'll get the idea when you're here. Just watch and learn. Anyway, back to the coins. Now the first thing you need to know about is the 1 and 2 cent coin. Now you're probably not going to come across any of these because we got rid of them in 1990. But I don't know, if you smash open some kid's piggy bank or something and you want to spend them, you can because they're legal tender. If you do decide to spend some though, get ready to be looked at a bit funny because, let's face it, most kids that are serving at retail stores these days, they're like 14 years old, they've never seen one. Okay, so get yourself ready. The other thing is if you get a 1 cent coin, don't call it a penny. It's not a penny. We had pennies back before 1966 when decimal coins came in. Before that, the imperial penny was different. It was worth 24 pennies to a pound. That's all gone, all right? We stopped calling them pennies. They're 1 cent coins. So stop. No, hang on. It was like 240 pennies to a pound. See, we don't even remember what they were worth. It's history, okay? So stop with the penny. Okay, now let's get on to the 5 cent coin. Don't call it a nickel, all right? No one's going to know what you're talking about. Yes, it's worth 5 cents and it is made of nickel, predominantly. But no one's going to know what you're talking about. So just call it a 5 cent coin. Now we're on to the 10 cent coin. Now, young people aren't going to know this, all right? They're just going to call it a 10 cent coin. But back in my generation, people called it a bob, all right? And it might be surprising to everyone, but a 20 cent coin was called 2 bob, okay? So if you hear that, understand 1 bob, 10 cents, 2 bob, 20 cents. So that brings us to the quarter. There is no quarter, Americans. We have a 20 cent piece. Guess what? That's 1/5 of a dollar. And we don't call it a quarter. We don't call it anything. We just call it a 20 cent piece. So now we get to the 50 cent coin and into interesting territory because that's when some silver starts to happen. Now I know American coin collectors keep a pretty sharp lookout for some of your older coins that have a silver content. But when it comes to Aussie coins, there's really only one circulated coin that has silver in it, and that's the 1966 50 cent. Okay, now that one's round, so it stands out because all the other 50 cent coins after 1966 were 12-sided. All right, so if you see a round one, granted it's rare, but they do come up, then that's a silver one. It's got 80% silver. All right, well, we're talking about the 5, 10, 20 and 50 cent piece. Let's clear something up. Here in Australia, we call them silver coins. They're not silver, all right? They're actually 75% copper and 25% nickel. And we just call them silver coins because they look silver. I know, it's stupid, but that's what we do. And after that, we got the $1 and $2 coins. That's right, we got coins for that. We got rid of the $1 and $2 notes years ago. All right, they were no good. They wear out. Coins are much better for that. All right, and guess what? We call them gold coins. If you go to a school fete or something and they ask for a gold coin donation, they're not expecting you to drop gold in the bucket at the entry point, okay? They just want a $1 or $2 coin. Now, another thing that might confuse you guys when you finally rock up here is the size of the coins, all right? So the 50 cent is the biggest, right? And then comes the 20 cent, and after that, the dollar is smaller. You'd think the $2 would be bigger than the $1, but it's not. The $2 is smaller than the $1. So, I don't know, you work that out. So that's me done now. As far as Australian coins and their sizes and what they're worth and all the rest of it, okay? You should be able to come here now and spend them confidently without getting ripped off. So now you know how to spend them. You're going to know which ones you should collect, all right? So it turns out it comes down to two coins. The most collectible coins in Australia come down to the 50-cent piece and the $2 piece, all right? And I'm going to tell you why. So we're going to start talking about the 50-cent coin, because the 50-cent coin has been around since 1966, and the $2 coin didn't even arrive until 1988. The 50-cent coin, being a large coin, pretty much lends itself to presenting commemorative designs. And I think the Royal Australian Mint worked this out pretty early on, because only a couple of years after the start of the 50-cent coin, it made the Captain Cook commemorative coin. Yes, I know it's more than a couple of years from 1966 to 1970 when the Captain Cook coin was produced, but to be fair, there was a couple of years, 1967 and 1968, when no 50-cent coin was produced. But then by the time 1984 rocks around, the Australian $1 coin starts to be produced. And to be fair, yes, it does have a few commemorative coins, but it doesn't compete with this 50-cent piece because it's just not big enough, and I don't know, the designs aren't that inspiring. And then in 1988, the $2 coin comes along. To be honest, there's nothing much happens. It's not that inspiring. It's a bit of novelty at first, but nothing much happens for the best part of a quarter of a century. But then something does happen. In 2012, the gold and red poppy appear. They're the commemorative Remembrance Day coins produced for that year. And the red poppy is the very first coloured $2 coin to be produced. Not only that, there's only 500,000 of the red poppy ones produced for circulation. That is really low for a circulated coin, and it's going to cement the red poppy as being the most collectible coin for years to come. From 2012 onwards, the coloured $2 coins will remain very, very popular, and collectors will continue to pick them out of circulation and collect them until the current day. So there you go, Americans. Consider yourself all caught up. I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, don't forget to give me a bit of a like and a subscribe. And also, don't forget, on the 26th, coming up on 26th of January, it's Australia Day. So why don't you just raise a glass and give us a cheers on that day. See ya.